Can I tell you something about
Tell me something about your parents.
mine?
Yeah, I don't know anything about them.
Well, okay, you want me to start?
Yeah.
My mother and dad came from Italy. And when they came over, my dad came over first, and he stayed a few years and left Mom in Italy with 2 children. And Mom's people went to church every day. They all lived in an apartment house, and everybody had their own rooms, and they went to church every day. My mother, Catholic church, and he came ahead to the United States, and he stayed here a few years. Then he called Masker, or wrote to her if she wanted to come over. So she decided to come over with the 2 kids. They were his kids, Reggie and Grace. I think they were about 4 and 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
They weren't very old. And they come over. So he met her at the boat. This is truth, I have to tell it. And he didn't have no place to stay. So she never forgot that. She kept telling us all her life, "Do you know where I slept the first night I come to the United States with your dad? Under a tree."
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine.
She would never let him walk the she told that all the time. But then they must have found something.
Do you know where they came in at? Was it in New York?
New York, yeah, they
New
landed in New York. Most people did land in New York. And, well, maybe they couldn't talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They couldn't express themselves. So then they happened to drive to West Virginia. And I don't know what he did there, but they lived there for a while.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Christy was born there. So they had the 2 girls, Richie and Grace. Grace was the oldest. Then they had Christy in West Virginia. And Mom told me that a colored lady taught her how to make bread. And she made very, very good bread. And then they came...
In West Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then from West Virginia, they traveled to where I was born. And you've been there, haven't you? No.
In Butler?
No, Brady's Bend.
Oh, in Brady's Bend, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there, the Michigan Limestone Company had put up houses, and they had, limestone in those years was very precious. So my dad got a job in the limestone mines, and when they worked in the limestone mines, they gave them a house.
Was that on Blue Row?
Huh?
Was that on Blue Row?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they had a bathroom, they had a shower, and my mother loved the bathroom and shower. And there was, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms and a nice big cellar.
Wow.
In a bathroom. And the company, now, Mom, they couldn't speak, is the biggest thing. But Mom didn't know too much about money. Dad finally taught her how to count money because she never went to school.
Oh, okay.
And so my dad, the company, they had a company store. And they charged them so much for rent, not too much, I think it was $7 a month or something like that for a double house, or three something for a single. We had double. And they would buy their stuff at the company store. Once in a great while they would travel to Butler on a bus. But they did not speak English. I can't get over how they lived not speaking English.
Yeah, that would be hard.
Yeah. So Mom knew the Bible, because she said in Italy, when she went to church in the morning, she would go to church and leave her, get her hoe. She'd leave it in church, she'd pick it up, and they would go hoe in the fields. And she had a teacher friend who was going to be a teacher. She evidently was wanting to make money to go to school, you know. So she would tell Mom Bible stories.
Oh, okay.
And Mom learned the Bible through her telling her Bible stories every day. And so when she came here, one day I was visiting her, and she started telling me a story about Noah and the ark in the Bible. I said, Mom, where did you hear such stories? And my sister said, Mary, now maybe she's telling the truth, you know. So I went home and read that. Oh, I never felt so guilty all my life. See, because I hadn't read the Bible. We went to church, and they always said whatever's about the Bible was on the altar. And the Bible was all over the Mass and church, but we didn't actually read the Bible.
Right.
I went down and I apologized. I said, oh, Mom, how sorry I am. Well, after that, I got to be a Bible nut. I wasn't not going to miss anything in that Bible. I think I do know everything in it. And then I was married by the Bible. And when you're married by the Bible and you're Catholic, now nowadays I don't know what they do. They must have easier ways. But they like my husband. And they did, the whole family did everything.
Oh, your
Christy
parents?
too.
Oh, okay.
To make me stay with him. And it even says in the Bible that sometimes a man, if a woman wants to leave, he can keep her crazy to keep her. Mm. I read that after years and years, and I said, oh, I know what my family did. But I don't think Dad had to have a hard time keeping me crazy. I probably already was.
Oh, no, you weren't, Grandma.
So anyhow, I was married by the Bible. And like I tell everybody, my main thing in life is I went to church and I prayed and I trust God and my saints. And God doesn't always do what you want. But when you get older, if you stay with Him and tell Him you love Him, do things because you love Him, He'll do what's good for you.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. No matter what you want, you'll get what you want, but in due time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
how did your parents, or how did you learn English if your parents didn't speak it?
going to school.
Oh, okay. So you went to school knowing Italian, and they taught you English at school?
Yeah, but then, see, we were